Welcome back, everybody, to episode number 2 of Ask Stud City. You guys had some great questions for episode 1, and in the comments you used the #AskSC. So without further ado, let's answer your guys' questions. So if you enjoy the series, make sure to ask your questions for the next episode, which we'll be releasing on the following Friday. Riley asks, is the LEGO investing return margin worth holding onto sets? What has been the biggest challenge for you with LEGO investing? This is a very good question, Riley, and I'm glad you asked this because honestly, there's an A to Z what you can kind of go through. One is the biggest thing is, are you picking up LEGO sets at retail price and investing in those LEGO sets? If so, being more selective is the number one key for that. And I don't want to go too deep into which LEGO sets, right? It's a hit or miss, right? You're going to have some bad investments, you're going to have some good ones, but definitely focal point is which LEGO themes or which LEGO sets are going to do well after that retirement date. We've seen a variety, from Star Wars, from Ninjago to LEGO City, to the creator icons from Ideas. It's all over the spectrum. It's simply on, production life that plays a factor into it, as well as, price of that set and how popular it is. But regardless, I'm always going to say LEGO investing can be extremely profitable. One of the biggest challenges I would say is space. It takes a lot of space to have a lot of LEGO inventory. I don't know how big of an investment you want to take. If you want to take a $1,000 investment, you want to take a $50,000 investment, or $100,000. It just, the more space as the more you go up on that increment. So the more you want to invest, the more space is going to be required. And of course, being climate controlled, right? Because a lot of collectors do care about boxes. So that's definitely something. What is the biggest challenge I've had with LEGO investing? One of the hardest things for me is losing profitability to shipping and just service fees. So I think my biggest challenge is I don't like to sell a lot of LEGO just because I don't like paying commissions, right? I don't think eBay deserves 12% of my my money, or even Facebook Marketplace deserves 5% or whatnot, getting their 12%. Right? Just all over the spectrum. For me to put that amount of work in, I find a struggle for me. It's just been a challenge for me to sell LEGO, just losing that much commission. And with that being said, if you're already losing 12%, right? Say you bought the assembly square for, now we're going to make a simple set. Or say we bought the LEGO Crocodile locomotive for $100, right? Taxes 7% roughly, 8%, 10%. For the purpose of this video, I'll use mine, which is 7%. So it cost me $107 to buy that. I got free shipping from LEGO, just staying at a base price. So $107 set, I'm gonna lose 12% on commission, right? So if we ended up selling this set for $100, right? It never went anywhere and broke even. I actually lost money on that set. So for me to break even, I would have to sell that set for $120, which is already seeing a 20% price escalation. I know these numbers are probably all over the place, but just kind of feel me there on commissions and whatnot. But this is a great question. You can go so much more in the weeds on this one, but that's roughly some of the challenges I faced and some of the margins that I think it's definitely profitable. It truly is. The best way to do it, I would say, is if you can, sell locally for cash, and it's always profitable that way, right? Anna's World of Brick says, Stud City, 1 like equals 1 pet for Stella. So we'll do that the same for this episode. How many likes we get, how many pets poor Miss Stella gets to get, and appreciate the comment on the first episode. The next question comes from BrickLover225. He said, of course, great video. For the next episode, he has a question. Would you ever do LEGO art sets on the wall of your LEGO room around your city? So I'm thinking the wall behind me, and that's actually a very good idea. But he also says how he has a Batman one as well. I kind of got progressed. But back to your question, BrickLover, I do have quite a few of the LEGO art sets. I actually have 3 of the Darth Vaders, and putting it up there, oh, there we go. It would look really good and mean on that back wall. So I kind of want to take that with a grain of salt here and kind of open it up to the floor. I was not planning on doing anything on the walls in this LEGO room. because the near future awaits a moving Lego City. Yes, I know, moving Lego City. Yeah, again. But that's kind of the reason I've steered away from just completely customizing this room and going all out. And I do apologize, guys. So I know it's a long way away, but just hold on for a little bit more. But I would love to have Lego all around the walls and stuff around the city. It just adds so much more. It's just empty space, right? And I think that would just add so much. And then a little bit off topic here, but brick Lego lover, I would love to add a Lego train that goes around the ceiling as well. So that's a Lego train fan's dream right there. But as far as the Lego art sets, I only have the 3 Sith arts. I have a Disney one, and I really do want the Harley Quinn one. But aside from that, those are the only 4 that I would like to build and place into my Lego room. Additionally, I believe you can hang the Picasso painting, so the Starry Night. So that, or not Picasso, Vincent van Gogh painting, The Starry Night. So if that one is hangable, I think I would do that one as well, just because it's pretty sweet. But as far as right now, I don't plan on it, but in the near future, definitely. Robbles2891 says, Studs, if you had one Lego modular that you can have infinite amount of without costing you, which one would it be? And I actually dwelled on this question, Robbles, because this was a really good question. I'm going to answer it in 2 parts because a Lego modular, do you mean the just Lego modular line, or can you say like the Daily Bugle is a Lego modular? So I'll give 2 spectrums. One answer is going to be the actual Lego modular line, and then if it wasn't part of that, the Ninjago or the Daily Bugle one. So as far as a Lego modular itself, as much as I love the Town Hall being my absolute favorite modular, I think for the best looking modular that's just, if you just had unlimited, you could do so much with, I would say the Assembly Square, since it's the largest Lego modular ever made. You could really customize it to make it a million different versions, right? So I feel like that is, for me, the best one to pick out of that price point, just because of like all the different colors that are built inside of it. You have that green, you have the blue, the dark tan, everything, yellow, all of it. Whereas some of the other modulars are really distinct to one color, and you can only change it around so much. So that the Assembly Square is definitely one that I think is great for that. And even like the Corner Garage is a really pretty good diverse color usage. So that's another one thinking, but definitely Assembly Square on that one. And if you don't, if you're not including just the modular line, I'm going to call out a Ninjago City modular. And this is a tough one, because they're the 3 that are currently out, the Ninjago City, the Ninjago City Docks, and the Ninjago City Gardens, are all amazing. I would say the docks, like I would just make a massive, because it has so much like waterways in it, a lot more than the Ninjago City versus the Gardens, the docks, and it being 1.5 modulars. I think that one you could just make some insane village on the water. So that's another one I'm going to throw in the Rebels. Chris and Brick says, Ask SC, after investing in Lego for a while, I've built up funds to start my city and just bought my favorite modular, Assembly Square, which we talked about. What is your advice on lighting in modulars? Do you think it's a good thing? And is there better systems other than others? Thank you. Yes, Chris for Bricks, that's an awesome question. I personally don't light up a ton of my Lego City, just because in the short term, I do plan on moving in the near future, right? So having a lit up city, I think, is a little bit more permanent and just a lot harder to move as a whole. So that's kind of one of the difficulties I would not recommend if you plan on moving very soon. It would just pose a lot of challenges, right? Because if you're going to have to light up the whole Lego City, that's a whole lot of buildings, depending on your building size, of course. One that I actually lit up in prior past was Ninjago City Gardens. And I actually had a really difficult time lighting this up, and it took me quite a long time, did a full review on it, but it was well worth the wait, just because of how beautiful it was. And actually, Lighttailing sent me that, so they gave me it to do a review. And in all justice, it was absolutely awesome. They definitely have 2 different versions on their website. So they have Bricks Max, which is a little bit more expensive, and Lighttailing. So 2 different versions. I haven't done my research on where they come from and all that, but the price varies. I think I ended up going with the Bricks Max one just because it had more LED lights and it was just a little bit more full, at least for the Ninjago City Gardens ones. But from reading the reviews, my biggest difference I've read was just like playability wise. Like some had longer wires, you had a little bit more functionality, so you can move them around a little bit, steering towards the light tailing one on that one. But truthfully, if you want more LEDs, I think the Bricks Max was just like a little bit step up if you're paying a little bit more, but you get more light. So that one is kind of where it goes. They had great instructions to go along. It wasn't too difficult. It was just my first time doing it on one of the largest Lego sets that I've ever built. So that was posed the challenge. But as far as the actual modular line, I think they are beautifully and incredible. I don't think it's incredibly difficult to do. Definitely worthwhile because of how much it impacts your Lego city. It opens up your city so significantly. So I would definitely say it's super worth it. But Chris and Bricks, I think go for it. My answer is go for it. If you're thinking about it and want to do it, give it a go. Buy like 2-3 of them for a couple modulars. And see how it goes, because I think once you do one, there's just no stopping you. It's like, okay, let's do the next one and the next one and the next one. And it really comes together. So definitely adds a lot of details to a Lego city. So definitely worthwhile. Queen Gong John asks, hey Stud City, the Osprey V22 was withdrawn by Lego. And I believe the reason was that the Osprey had a military use. But Lego are selling the set number 31126 Supersonic Jet that doesn't look exactly like a business jet. So do you think the Osprey was retired due to something else? Maybe technical. Quinn Gong John, I think the Osprey V22 was canceled because it's military use intended, right? So I think Lego put out a statement in prior past that they do make sets that are part of the military but are used for rescue and safety, and that was attainable to build a Lego set out of. But since the V22 Osprey was strictly militarily used, they decided to pull it off since they try to focus not around the military side of that. But as far as the Supersonic Jet, set number 31126, that is a Creator 3-in-1 set and not something built to scale to like just get the vibe of based off a real jet, right? It's not. And I believe those supersonic jets, they can be passenger jets and are not just strictly in military use. But I do see where you're going with this question and kind of the concern. But to my understanding, is the Osprey V22 was strictly military based, and the supersonic jet is just a dumbed down. I'm not going to say that, but it's essentially just a knockoff, multicolored military jet that's not intended to replicate anything that's real. It's just a Lego brick built supersonic jet. It has the shape and form. It's not actually based off something, where the Osprey V22 was actually a military used ship. But that's going to wrap up our episode number 2 of Ask Stud City. It was a great episode, so thank you all for the great questions, guys. And please ask more questions in the comments below, and I will be sure to answer them on next week's videos. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. My name is Cristo, aka Stud City. We'll see you in the next episode.